Hey, we're the Shang and you're watching Milky. Initially, a friend of mine who played cricket with Zach introduced us two so that we'd have like similar personalities, taste in music, thought we'd gel, and we hate each other. But Zach and Hayden were like doing covers and stuff and just sort of jamming.
Yeah, we just went to the same school, Zach and I, and then Zach and Michael met. They wanted to start something, so then I kind of came along as well, and then we ended up having Diego a few years later. We met him through Michael, because we went to school with Michael.
Diego was the first person we reached out to drum with for us, and he initially said no.
I had this like high school band, and I don't know, I think it was like not like a jealousy thing, but they were like, oh, you got to commit to this one band, and then two of them left like a month after saying that. Like one of them went to America, the other one moved to like Cronulla or something, the Shire, I don't know.
That's worse, really.
Yeah, and then the band just like fell apart like straight away. So I could have started initially like when they started, but I jumped on a few years later.
I don't know, it's, I suppose, not that we're old and have all this life experience, but it's like, since we last kind of wrote our last body of work, I suppose, we were like 16, 15, 16, like we literally had nothing to talk about. It's kind of sort of, yeah, I don't know, but like now that we're a bit older, old and grey at 20,
New experiences.
yeah, there's just new stuff that we sort of come into contact with and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, nice to be able to talk about things like that.
We don't have the biggest like issues in the world,
No.
but I think it's just nice to be able to identify like these smaller problems and say like it's okay to have them. Like you don't need to feel like, oh, so it's not a problem because somebody's got bigger problems than me or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to be able to have that message.
That was luxurious.
Very.
That was mad. That was honestly one of the best weeks.
That's like when you order an Uber and then you get like limousine. It was really good, nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful studio. It's like in the bush.
We shouldn't it was way too nice for us. We rocked up in like pajamas and like.
Yeah. Jackson awesome too. He's
He's good at what he does. He's also just a great guy in general.
Yeah.
So it was really good working with him.
So understanding how shit we were.
Yeah, we could ask.
Very patient guy.
Made us sound much better.
We don't sound like that in the flesh.
You didn't feel bad asking him, could you try something, or like just throwing ideas at him.
Yeah, he was very open, and he pushed us to be the same, like with ideas that he might have had and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, he's good. He does push, which is nice. Like, he doesn't kind of let you settle for,
Yeah,
that was a good take. Like, could have been better, but we just gave it because I got in front.
He definitely he held us all accountable, which was really good.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Long Way Up, which is the first track of it, was kind of just, I think, kind of about us as a band and just how kind of the journey from, we started off in Canada with like literally like no scene bar the Rubens, but they like didn't really play in Canada, a bit bigger Canada 6, But yeah, it was kind of just about us like playing like from when we started. Our first gig was literally like as a three-piece to like maybe, and then now kind of being able to sell out a few nights here, which is nice, and just kind of just the whole ups and downs and roller coastery sort of stuff, and people like not really even taking us seriously for a little while there.
Still
just,
like.
Yeah. But yeah, like just like overtly taking the piss sort of thing. But now, less people will.
The second track, Another Day, is about, I think, the realization that there's no easy way to solve your issues and you can't hide away from that sort of thing, and whether it be through substances or any bad habits that you kind of go towards, it's a realization that that's not really a good solution to the problem. Pretty much.
Yeah. What's next, games?
Yeah.
Games is it's more addressing mental struggles and stuff like that. I think it's everyone goes through these sort of struggles and it's completely okay, but it's more about how you can allow it to sort of overcome you.
I think that was probably like the one that we had like most fun with in a way. Like we sort of like tossed it around a lot and like trying new ideas and stuff like that. And like recording it was lots of fun, but I think the message was a little bit like, I don't know, like not overshadowed by that kind of stuff.
It's a bit more ambiguous as well.
Yeah, it goes a bit under the radar.
We got rocks. We got to have rocks on that track as well, which was mad.
Yeah.
Like having that kind of blending of styles.
Yeah, and it's like his experiences are so different to ours, like just through life. And it's not something we could ever genuinely sing or write songs about. But whereas having him, we're able to explore like an entire different lifestyle.
Yeah.
Sincerely, which is cool. And it was one of those songs we initially thought like this probably won't get like media attention and stuff like that because it's the most out there. It's the most aggressive song that we put on the EP. So it was kind of liberating. We were able to say, yeah, like let's just write the song that we want to write and not have to think about whether or not Triple J will like it and stuff like that, which was cool.
And essentially they did, which was
But yeah, that was our first. We got our first airtime on Triple J with that song, so that was mad.
Yeah, it goes to show that just take risks. You don't know what's going to pay off.
Do what you want. Like, I think if at any point you like are worried about not doing something because like, oh, I don't know if the radio will like this, then it's kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not gonna do what you want, just don't do it.
Yeah. What's the next song?
String
String
Along.
Along. Is it
probably it's probably your
Yeah. String Along is lyrically about getting like led on by someone, emotionally more than anything. Just like having them. It's like you were their like safety blanket for a while. So it's more, that one's a little more personal, specific, I suppose. That's like, yeah, it's about being used in a way, not like physically, but like used so that someone felt more comfortable in certain situations and like they tagged along with you and they did, I don't know, they just like hung out with you for selfish reasons rather than like actual wanting your company and like the feelings that come along with that. Once you realize, like you look back at that time that you spent with this person and you say, oh, like that sucked. Why didn't I see it? It's, yeah, not being able to like see it coming and then acting upon that as well. That's probably what it's about.
I think that song musically as well kind of sums up us as a band, just in terms of the kind of different styles we blend into it. It's just all together. I think, there's like a bit of that.
Bit of reggae, bit of rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Short,
There's
sharp,
a chart in there, which at first we were like, absolutely not, don't fucking put that in there. But it snuck its way in.
Yeah,
So On the Fence is about basically feeling a certain way in a very public space, and it's like basically in essence it's about a panic attack on the way in a sense, because what happens to me when I have a panic attack is like it feels like my head is trying to separate itself from my body. Like it feels like I could just like cut my head off and I'd be more comfortable that way. I don't know, it's a very weird feeling. But
that was so great.
But not like the pain of it, but just like it feels like my head and body are like pushing like away from each other. So and then that idea mixed with like being like on the fence, like fence sitting, like being between two positions. I don't know. Yeah, so that sort of thing.
Self-explanatory in terms of like on the fence.
Yeah, on the fence. Yeah.
I think there's not really any set way we do it. A lot of the time it starts off with a small idea, whether it be a couple lines of lyrics or some nice chords or a nice riff, and then if we all like it, then we just kind of flesh it out. Or sometimes one person in the band could come forward with a pretty much completed song, and like that,
Yeah, it's that in itself, like it differs each time. So each song that we've written came about in different ways. Like we don't sit in a room and say this is how we write every single song, which allows for different types of songs to come through. You know, if you're doing the same process each time, like I find that I just end up writing the same song over and over. Whereas, you know, taking a different approach each time you write the song, you really make sure that you try and produce something unique.
Yeah.
It can also be less efficient though, that way as well.
Yeah.
Like you kind of, I think having a process, a set process, would allow you to be more efficient. You know, so I think it's pros and cons. You know?
I feel like you don't. It's not a personal level. I just feel like you kind of. I don't like writing lyrics in front of people because then you kind of like feel like, oh fuck, this is a bit sappy or like close to home. And it's like really fucking good.
There's
like suck shit, you're sad.
There is insecurities around writing, I think, and that's something that you have to kind of try and get over, especially working with like 3 other people all the time.
Yeah, I think being in this band, especially, I think that's what we're all trying to do. Like, yeah, we're one band and we release these songs, but we're all our like individual musicians as well. So being able to like progress separately, like at our own pace and doing some different things, but that being projected through the band, I think is really good. Again, like it's not the most efficient setup, and sometimes we end up in ruts that we can't.
Yeah, nobody's got anything. We're just sitting there being like, shit, when's it coming for it?
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, but I think it's for us. I think it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and we're still learning as well. It's like we still have a lot of time, so I'm sure our process will develop and change over time. Interesting to see where it is in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's not like, there's no formula to it. You just gotta sort of crack at it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, try something else.
Yeah.
Nothing, we're the most ordinary band of the world.
I think in terms of like recorded music, I think we try to be a little more, in terms of like, I suppose the bigger names in Australia right now, I feel like we try to be a little more like rock and roll in a way. Less like going off into like, I don't know, alternative or like indie sort of stuff.
Yeah, not really underground shoegaze and stuff.
Yeah, no, we're pretty straightforward. And I think trying to just be, I hate to say it, but like trying to be like old school in a way about it. I think that's probably.
Yeah, I'm also from the southwest as well. I feel like a lot of bands, when I think about Australian bands, I think of like coastal bands and stuff like that.
Like in a city.
Yeah, it's like Newtown or Wollongong sort of stuff.
But like I'm from like Campbelltown and East Camden, you know. Like.
Yeah, you say Campbelltown and people are like, do you guys have music?
Yeah.
I don't think you need to try and be unique from other bands, you know what I mean? To an extent, like obviously you don't want to be like carbon copy of someone else, but also just write the music that you like.
Yeah, I think being authentic is the most important.
Whatever you like take in from like other artists, you're gonna put out. Like that's how your brain works.
Yeah.
So I don't think trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna listen to all this music and then I'm gonna try write something completely different to everything that I've just listened to. It's not gonna happen. Like,
you just gotta find yourself being like, oh shit, that's a quote from another song. Better change that.
Yeah.
Or if you do what I do, you just change the words.
Just write the lyrics and write the music you want to write.
Yeah.
So, don't need to be concerned about who you are or you aren't.
I don't remember what it's like to play to like a normal gig because it's been 5 months. 7 months.
February,
I can't count.
Like 17th or something, like almost of the day, 7 months. It's so long.
Yeah, it's cool. Like something's better than nothing at this point. So it's good to be able to play for people. It's nice to know that people still care, people still come out.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh, it might be really weird, like really awkward with everyone sitting down. But I'm just really enjoying just playing again, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a level of intimacy that you don't get with standing shows, which I think this is a good exercise. I think you got to find the silver lining because I feel like we've already found that we're a little bit better at just communicating with the crowd and being intimate and stuff like that.
And even I think like even it's kind of let us think about like our older songs in particular. It's kind of let us rejig those into something that's probably a bit more suitable for
seats.
This setting sort of thing. And even not so much our new songs, we can't play those the same way. But yeah, it's kind of let us think about stuff in terms of like how could we alter these or change these. And even for us, I mean, like I know people don't see us every time we play. But for us, we're playing the same thing like over and over and over, and for the most part, most of the songs have been for like 3 years, sort of thing, and it's just been like same thing every time. So it's been nice to be able to kind of do different versions of stuff.
I want to go to Brisbane again so much. Melbourne, Newcastle. Yeah.
Newcastle.
Touring.
Cambridge Hotel, Wembley.
Just touring in general. It's so much fun, you know.
I think there's no like one. I mean, bar Newcastle. I think there's no one specific place that we want to really go to. I think the plan is just to do a tour and just.
I just want to get out of Sydney if it's so long. I haven't even got like a good reason. I've just been sitting here, just being like, well.
Yeah, it'll be good once you're able to, you know, hit the road. But I think it's just a bit of patience at this point. You know, nothing you can do about it. So
It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, it's true. And when it does, it'll be massive as well.
Dig a tunnel under the water.
We have to do some
secret
Chapo shit. Probably sticky things, but I don't know, like, we used to sound so much like sticky, and we used to play sticky colours all the time. But now we've kind of gone away, so I don't know, like.
Yeah, individually, like, for Zach, probably sticky things is my main influence.
Wrap up one.
Shit. Props one. Already done it.
Rum Jungle.
Been there. Oh,
Rum Jungle.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, do a split.
Yeah, Rum Jungle.
Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Jesus.
Yeah. What was it? Year 2000. I was born that year, so I sort of like grew up into it. By the time it was like gone, like people were already out of it.
For me, probably Grey Space by Horror Show. Like classic Aussie pop. So good.
I'd probably say The Wall. It's probably a lot of people say The Wall, but can't not. It's one of the best albums I think ever made.
AC/DC greatest hits. I don't know. I like everything. There's no one particular album I think that's like big on there. Yeah. There's a difference. All of ours.
What's coming out this year?
Oh, Keep by Rum Jungle.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah. There's Money by Don West last year.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Equalizer came out but this
Yeah.
year, and Equalizer's big. Sick.
Yeah.
Any song of DMA's new album as well.
Silver.
Yeah, Silver's a track.
Oh, that was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
It was just supposed to rapid fire, we're sorry.
What do you reckon, Diego?
Loud.
Short, fast, loud. 3.
I was just doing one and then hoping.
Oh,
Can't fucking trade the
beers and pub.
What kind of music do you play?
Beers.
Loud beers pub.
Pub music.
Coming to you soon.
Yeah. Love Actually. Or Notting Hill. Two great films.
That's tough. I haven't thought
I
about
feel like Tarantino movies always have great sound.
Yeah,
But then I don't want to ruin the movie. I feel like
I don't want to break it.
Underbelly.
Oh.
Just a movie with Underbelly.
I want to get Underbelly, Camden.
I don't remember anything.
Factory was one of my
Yeah, I think
The
that
first time we ever sold out a gig, I think, Oxford Art Factory, the gallery, that was probably it.
Yeah, that was mad. That was
I definitely don't remember after it. I think I got a little bit too
Came
excited.
back a year after the thing.
I think we come back here all the time. I don't, spend so much time.
We kind of forced our way back.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Hannah!
Hannah.
Sticky kudos.
Yeah, Sticky Kudos. I love that because Chillin' played Dante, Willing People. It was crazy.
I saw Roger Waters play at I don't know, some
close.
Yeah, it was mad. It was just incredible. It was just the whole experience, like the lasers and stuff. Yeah.
I don't really have an answer. I can't really remember like the first gig.
That or first time I saw DMAs. That was like an out of body, like natural feeling of just pure joy. I was just mad.
Victoria Beckham was all dead.
Resh's Splice.
Old Spice?
Old Spice.
What would yours be?
Me?
Jim Spice.
Jim Spice.
Jim Spice.
Pre-workout.
Sporty.
Hair Spice. DMAs.
I reckon I'd be loose.
Motley Crue, so I can drink them under the table.
Aussie Osbourne, so I can snort ants with him. Keep doing what we're doing, man. Yeah.
Keep working hard.
Work harder than
for the sake of it, like,
Yeah.
Try your best to be genuine.
Yeah. Get the COVID vaccine.
And be patient with your dickhead mates.
Every time I play, it just reinforces like, yeah, okay, this is good.
What you want to do.
Yeah.
I think playing in this band, especially, I feel like, I don't know, like just the energy that we share with each other on stage, even if we sound like shit, like I think we just enjoy playing.
yeah, everything kind of seems to not be typical. But like all the other shit we think about or doing kind of seems to like go away when we're up there. We're just having a good time. So
Yeah. Other 9 to 5s are pretty boring. I do have a forklift. It's good fun, but I'd rather do
Flex.
I just throw that in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got a car.
Cool.
Rapid fire.